Hello and welcome to the pre-January report webinar from Progressive Ag. My name is Peter Kemp and I'm an attorney with Progressive Ag Law. Joining me is Brian Strumman, market analyst with Progressive Ag Marketing. Brian, what do you expect from the January USDA report and what should farmers do about it?
You know, it's a good question, Peter, and I think when you look at this report from USDA that comes out on January 12th, it's certainly a big one. USDA is going to be looking at the supply, demand, and production numbers from our last year's production, and these will be the final numbers, although there have been and could be some adjustments as we go forward. But again, certainly an important report, one of the larger reports of the year. As far as corn goes, and you look at what the market's done in 2015, we've seen some slight increases as far as the yield per acre from USDA. Again, we're kind of expecting another increase in next week's report. Last month, USDA was at 169.5 bushels per acre as far as corn goes. As we look forward, we're thinking that could be increased by 2 bushels an acre for corn to 171.5 bushels. And if that happens, certainly our production numbers are going to be higher. Our ending stocks numbers will be higher too. So we're looking for some pressure in the corn market on Tuesday. With that, and if that does materialize, we're looking at buying our hedges back and looking at maybe re-ownership as far as corn goes. The market, again, we're looking at possibly a 340 low in that March contract. With that, again, we'd be buying our hedges back. We would also be looking at possibly owning some calls or buying the futures. With the prospects, again, of seeing the markets as far as corn goes to see some support into spring and summer, and possibly looking at $4 corn next fall in December 16. And again, when you look at that, that would be a record yield for corn. As far as, again, the ending stocks, 1.76 million a year ago. We're certainly, again, looking at that as an increase, possibly to the neighborhood of 1.9 billion bushels again for corn. And that would also be a record as far as that production goes. Moving over to soybeans, again, we're looking at a slight increase as far as yield goes, probably 1/10 of a bushel right now. And that also leads to another increase in production and a larger ending stocks number. We're looking at the yield again being a record 48.4 bushels per acre. And when you look at that, our ending stocks number coming up to 475 million bushels. So again, stocks more than adequate, nothing bullish in these stocks numbers as we look at corn and soybeans. So we're looking for a 20 to 40 cent decline, from our futures or with our current futures position, and again, re-ownership if we get to those levels. So in a nutshell, nothing bullish about the stocks numbers. We'll see what USDA says on Tuesday, but we do think that there is some light here at the end of the tunnel for the fall of 2016.
Oh, it's good to hear about that light at the end of the tunnel, and thank you for that report, Brian. Now on to a different topic. Many of you have heard about the Syngenta GMO corn litigation. Syngenta produced the GMO Viptera corn seed, which was marketed to U.S. farmers who are supplying both domestic and international markets, including China. While Syngenta made assurances that Chinese regulators were going to approve the GMO Viptera corn, China in fact had a no-tolerance policy and effectively closed their market to U.S. corn after discovering Viptera traits in imported corn. These actions damaged the U.S. corn market, and many farmers are taking action to recover their losses. Progressive Ag Law has partnered with Phipps Anderson Deacon, who have experienced litigating GMO market closures, as this short video will explain.
My name is Martin Phipps, and I am from the great big town of Breckenridge, Texas. I grew up in a town I like to tell people had 3 stoplights. Those values you bring from a small town, being honest, telling the truth, and standing up and believing in something, is something that we do here at our firm.
I'm Barry Deacon. I'm originally from Arkansas, grew up in a family law firm. Farming's been a big part of my professional life in representing farmers and agricultural-related entities my entire practice.
You may ask, why hire Phipps Anderson and Deacon? The best answer I give you is because we are so proud to represent farmers that it's the most important thing when you walk into our building and see what we do.
Part of my background was being involved in representing a co-op of rice farmers against bare crop science in the rice litigation that began in 2006. With my background in the rice litigation, that's important because that was genetically modified rice that was being experimentally tested that contaminated the U.S. rice crops. That litigation is very, very similar to the Syngenta corn litigation where an unapproved trait was marketed to China.
What you're going to find out in this case is when Syngenta released Viptera to sell to you, they hadn't even applied to China for approval. Because of that, they took a risk, and that risk ended with you losing the China market. When you're choosing a lawyer to represent you in the Syngenta litigation, every lawyer is going to tell you that they're the best. We don't have to say anything to you. We just want you to look at our record. We are the lawyers who tried and won the rice case. We're the lawyers that developed the damage models. We're the lawyers that got the punitive damage verdicts. The rice case settled for $750 million. I'm very proud to tell you that my farmers, the people that I represented, got $50 million more than everybody else. We get asked every day, is this going to be a class action? And I want to make the answer real clear. We're not class action lawyers. We represent individual farmers against Syngenta and other big companies. And why do we do that? Because class actions don't help the clients. They only help the lawyers. Each one of you farm differently. Each one of your damages are different. So what we believe is we're going to represent you individually and not like some class action lawyer.
We are certainly not against the technology that Syngenta has come up with in producing their seed. We're actually for that technology because it's good for the American farmer. What we have a fault with is what Syngenta has done in marketing its corn. It's done it in an irresponsible way, and that has affected all of us.
I don't know about you, but we need more places to sell our corn, not less. And so all we're asking Syngenta to do is to stand up and do the right thing. The same thing you do every day when anybody comes to you with an issue. You may ask what makes us different at Phipps Anderson Deacon. The answer is simple, is we care. I've been on a combine and I know how hard it is to farm. And because I'm gonna make sure when I get done with this case and I come and sit in your living room, that you're proud that I'm your lawyer.
Our team is prepared to bring your claim against Syngenta. We are handling these cases on a contingency fee basis, which means we will not be paid unless we successfully try or settle the lawsuit. And we will pay all of the costs of litigation. We believe in this case and are putting our money where our mouth is. So thank you for joining us. Please be sure to watch the summary on Report Day next Tuesday, January 12th, when we will be doing a live summary of the report at noon. That live report will also be available to watch later in the day. Thank you.